Join me as the skilled chef Eric Nelson discusses 3 Asian condiments: Kewpie mayonnaise, fish sauce, and XO sauce, and his love of the umami flavor.
So I'm very excited about these umami-based sauces you're talking about.
Yes, all 3 of them are definitely umami-based, and the whole thing about this was, I was thinking about this when you asked me to do this, is that even though all 3 of these are Asian-based, and that's very umami, Asian umami flavor or whatever, that extra taste that we don't have here in the West or whatever. All 3 of them I use in Western dishes or non-Asian dishes, even though they're basically have an Asian, they're basically Asian condiments, but I use them in other things other than Asian dishes. I use them for Asian dishes as well, but I don't.
Does using an Asian condiment make a dish an Asian meal?
Well, apparently not, which is the point of our discussion today, is that no, it doesn't. What the Asian condiments provide is that umami flavor that can actually enhance a Western dish, for example. Yeah.
So it doesn't override the dish itself. It just adds an extra little kick.
It adds this thing, like if you didn't know, well, think about it this way. What kind of umami stuff do we use in Western dishes?
We use
for
Worcestershire,
example,
Worcestershire sauce.
Yep, that's a good one. How about anchovies packed in oil? You would put that into a sauce, just sort of fry it up in the bottom of the pan while you were like cooking something up, like a spaghetti sauce, for example.
Wow.
Some sort of ragu. Let's see, what else would we use? Oh, actually, speaking of a ragu, you would brown some tomato paste, and that would provide a umami type flavor. So umami is not exclusive to Asian condiments. We use it in the West a lot, but what I'm proposing here is that you can use some of the Asian umami based flavors into Western dishes, and probably maybe vice versa. I don't know. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Well, it seems as though that I don't know what they do in Asia. Since I don't live in Asia, I don't know what they do in Asia. So is there an Eric Nelson counterpart in Asia who's saying, I use Western condiments to spice up my Asian dishes?
It's a very good question, Sam. I have no idea. I have never stumbled across this person, but maybe there are. But I mean, let me give you an example of how, something that's very, very Western, right? Mayonnaise. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mayonnaise. Right, we make mayonnaise. We have tuna salad, chicken salad. Put mayonnaise on everything, on a sandwich or whatever. Right now, the best mayonnaise in the Western world, I believe, is Hellmann's. That just might be me. It might be the way I grew up. But globally, the best mayonnaise in the world on planet Earth is Kewpie mayonnaise, which is a Japanese product. Have you ever come across the Kewpie mayonnaise product?
I have. I have a Danish girlfriend who has opened up my eyes to eating than I otherwise would have. I've dated American women, and it sort of has landlocked me in the United States. But with an international girlfriend, they bring, for example, one of the Danish condiments is remoulade, which is a mayonnaise with a Piccadilly pickle sauce.
Yeah.
And she swears by Kewpie mayonnaise.
Kewpie mayonnaise.
Yeah, she tells me she has given me Kewpie mayonnaise, but never told me that she was giving me Kewpie mayonnaise.
It is the best mayonnaise in the world. And you know why it's the best mayonnaise in the world? Because it goes
I
back
don't.
to our conversation about umami, right? It is laced with monosodium glutamate.
That sounds like a bad word. It sounds like you cursed on. I should beep it out.
MSG. When in the 70s, when you'd go to, I can still remember this vividly, in the 70s, you go to a Chinese restaurant and the top of the menu, it would say no MSG, because MSG was the stuff that supposedly gave you a terrible headache after eating Chinese food. So Chinese restaurants said, oh my God, we're losing business. So no MSG was right at the top of the menu, right? However, this has been completely debunked. MSG does not cause a headache. I don't know what causes a headache when you eat Chinese food, but it's not MSG. In fact, if you went to an Asian grocer, a grocery store, you could buy bags of MSG. You could buy like 5 pounds of MSG. They put MSG in everything in Asia, right? And because it has that umami bomb flavor. And that is why when you make a tuna salad, you know, you sit there and you dice your red onions and you dice your celery and you put it all into a bowl with some oil-packed tuna fish and then throw a bunch of Kewpie mayonnaise on top of it. It is the best tuna salad you will ever have. And it's because of the MSG. And that gives it the umami bomb.
Why does MSG have such a bad rap? It still suffers.
Somebody said it. Somebody said it's the stuff that gave you a headache if you had Chinese food. And therefore, I mean, I don't even know today, but back in the day, you would, at the top of the menu, it would say no MSG.
I've been under that myth myself.
Yeah, but it's harmless. It just provides the umami bomb without a headache.